makes me want to have a bowl. So the next headline, guys. The sprinter Sha'Carri Richardson was banned for 1 month from the Olympics after she failed a drug test for cannabis. So this is absolutely ridiculous. She consumed cannabis in a place where it was legal to do so. And despite this, she's now been banned from competing in the Olympics for a month. And her last race, which she ran on, I believe it was I don't want to get this one wrong now. She ran on the 19th of June. So on the 19th of June, she ran a 10.86 second 100-meter sprint. That's an amazing accomplishment, man. I couldn't run 100 meters in 20 seconds. Never mind saying doing it in almost 10 seconds, like 10.86 seconds. She ran 100 meters. And they're trying to discredit that, not trying to take that away from her. They're trying to disqualify her even from that because of her cannabis use. It's crazy. So she was tested while at the Olympic trials, and she failed over there. And now because of that, she's after being given a 30-day suspension, which is effectively going to ban her from the 100-meter dash. But if her qualification still stands, then she might be able to compete in the 4x100-meter relay, which is another race there that will take place after the 30-day suspension is up. So fingers crossed there she gets to compete in that relay race. But it's absolutely appalling that she's after being discriminated against for her cannabis use. And then when she let it out as to why she was using cannabis, she was after consuming cannabis because of the passing of, I don't know, was it her mother or her stepmother? Damn it, apologies there, I should have looked that one up. I think it might have been her mother had passed, or maybe her stepmother had passed, and she was using cannabis then to help deal with that. Absolutely ridiculous stuff. You know, it's not performance enhancing, you know, for this kind of a feat anyway. Like, they talk about it here. They say that like she'd be disqualified because it was found that she was using it while she was running, while she was training for running. That's sad, man. You know what I mean? It's just ridiculous. I have another picture of Sha Richardson. I'll pop it up on screen there. Sorry, I forgot to set this one up here. Like, there's Sha. So Sha Richardson running. Quite an accomplishment to make, to be able to run 10.86 seconds, 100 meters in 10.86 seconds, and to have taken away from you now your ability to compete simply because you used a cannabis plant. This is horrendous. Like, how can you do this to people? Like, imagine what that's going to do to the person's mental health. The only reason cannabis is banned then from the Olympics, from AWADA, is because it's a drug of abuse. That's ridiculous. Like, it's a drug of abuse. It's not even a performance enhancing drug. It's a drug of abuse. Why is this even come into it? Like, it's almost political kind of a thing. Like, you know, shouldn't come in whether a drug is illegal or not. It's like you should stick to the sport. And is it performance enhancing or is it not? And if it's not in the banned list for being performance enhancing, then it should not be there at all. You know, but who cares if it's illegal out there in wider society? It shouldn't be. In fact, it wasn't illegal where she was using it. Messed up, like. It really is messed up, like. I made another little photo then there of Sha. Do you know, because they were saying, like, it's not as if she was, like, using it while she was running. You know, so, like, imagine, like, you know. Like, come on, like, she was using it to help deal with the passing of a loved one. And unfortunately, you're banning her then because of it's a drug of an abuse. It's also a medicinal product, which in fact the NFL, a major sporting league, is putting a lot of money behind researching the benefits for their athletes. Because why? Like, because imagine athletes like this didn't have access to maybe an alternative to some of the opiates that are out there. Cannabis is an amazing alternative to some of the opiates that are out there for pain relief. And many athletes do suffer pain. And again, you don't have to smoke cannabis. And I suppose that's very relevant in this photo. You don't have to smoke it. Again, you know, you don't. She could have it rubbed onto her skin afterwards. You go out for a nice long run, you come back, you know, the muscles are aching, the body is a bit sore, you get a salve, you rub it into the body, like. Again, do you know, why aren't we researching this to understand how it works better, like? It's ridiculous, like. Again, you know, condolences, I hope that you're able to compete in that relay race, and I hope you get an apology in time. When we look back in this, you know, there's going to be a time in the not too distant future when we're going to have a wide availability to cannabis right across the world, and we're going to have to acknowledge the wrongdoings that were done because of the prohibitions in the past, the discrimination because of this prohibition. We're going to have to look back at this, and I hope Sha is included in the list of people who deserve an apology for it, because she certainly deserves an apology. Like, she's worked a tremendously hard amount to get where she is, and to have that taken away, to reach the Olympics, man. That's the elite. You know, what that must mean to a person. And because, you know, to deal with a grievance, smoked a bit of cannabis to help, you know, I don't know, maybe get a good night's sleep, taken away, stripped of it, robbed. Sick individuals out there who support this prohibition. And Bogwan's son, nice one as well for the support of the show, getting in the old super chat saying, let's start our own media outlet. Guys, if there's somebody out there who understands that and wants to get involved in that, I would be all for it. If people want to have just a continuing running media show, you know, where there's other people contributing then as well, you know, giving other people's inputs to it, whether it be documentary makers, whether it be other people who want to start off their own podcast like this, but just a 24/7, just always just putting out there this kind of messaging and this kind of view on things. But yeah, so let's start our own media outlet. Let's definitely try to take the rug under the feet of the prohibitionists, because they've certainly got the media in their back pocket anyway. As you've seen there in the RT, 100 people who support the changing of policies in order to better protect our young people in communities, and you didn't even have on one of them. Shame on you, RT. What a waste of taxpayers' money. Guys, if there's any fucking other people out there who support that, and if you're a youth worker out there in the community, and if you want to come on, and if you even want to do it anonymously, I'll facilitate an interview anonymously. I'll give you a platform to air your views. But by all means, get in touch and I'll do it. I know Jared Rowe has been on in the past, and check out that interview if you haven't seen it already. Jared Rowe is a youth worker above in Dublin, and he has an incredible insight into what we could be doing better to help the young people out there in our society, because this approach by prohibition and Operation Tara, it's only going to drive a greater wedge and hurt more people who quite often or not are just victims of terrible public policy from our government. Do you know, it makes me want to have a bowl.